Hello, my friend. Stay a while and listen.
What's going on YouTube? It's Filthy and we're back with another video. This is episode 2 of Raid 2023. We are on day 3. We're going to show you how to beat the Dragon's Lair stage 7 with free-to-play champs. And the reason this is important is because we start to get 5-star gear at stage 7. Really, we want to be getting to 11 because we only want 4 or 5 stage gear, but that's going to take a bit of time and some more investment in the champs. But as an early game player, getting to stage 7 in a couple of days is going to be very beneficial. We're mainly looking for speed gear and lifesteal. These are the two really important early game sets. Any damage dealer in lifesteal will heal themselves up, and speed just makes your champions go faster, which is very important. Couple of other sets to look out for. Accuracy early on in the game is very hard to come by, so that is worth getting. Frost set is also actually kind of nice on one of the champions I'm going to show you. I haven't got it as of yet, but it does work quite well. What this does is when you get hit, you freeze the enemy. And there's a couple of other bits and bobs. Toxic is okay, that'll do poison. And you will need some of these other sets later on in the game. But let's just do the run, and I will talk about the champions when we get back. Only one of the champions is quote unquote built, as in they've got the correct gear pieces on, and the gear pieces are rolled up to some degree. Most of the champions are in crap gear, and this is obviously what we need to get on. So wave 1, we've got our starter champion Kale nuking everybody, one shot. We've got Shield Guard coming in with an AoE. This is the guy on the right hand side, helping us through this bit. We've got Graybeard here in the lead, another free champion, obtainable through the campaign. He's got a defense aura, which is really handy. We've got the War Priest, who everybody gets for free, who's going to be doing the healing. And I do have another champ that we got from Green Shard. You won't have this champion. We'll talk about their role and a couple of other champs that could easily go in this spot. So this is totally free to play, very friendly, and yeah, it's not too much trouble. The dragon has got a Scorch ability which unlocks and will ignore defense and stun you unless you get its health down fast enough, but as you can see, we're doing plenty of damage to the dragon, so no real worries. Kale, the starter champ, is doing poisons, which is very handy for dragon. So this is the skill here. If you don't deplete this purple bar, it will AoE stun you and give you a pretty big hit like this. But at this level, we can tank the hits. And there we go, an epic speed piece with a speed sub roll. So that's excellent. That's a really good piece to pick up. So let's go through the champs, I guess. So in the lead, we've got Graybeard. We've built this guy up to 40. As you can see, his gear is not done. His gear is wrong. We want, obviously, better artifacts than this. But the reason we're going to take him is because when you get him up to 3-star Ascension, he's got an ally defense aura of 30%. That's huge. That is one of the best defensive auras in the game. And you can pick this guy up for free by going to the campaign and doing stage 4. So he's one of 2 rare champions, so if you want extra copies of him, you can feed him for skill books. If you want to get extra copies of him, you can put him in your Guardian ring, in your faction Guardians, for the Skinwalkers. I don't have any spare copies at the moment, but 2 of him here, extra HP, extra attack, accuracy, resistance, defense, and speed. So at some point we will fill that out for him, because it is pretty good. His skills are actually quite nice as well. He will place a shield and counterattack on himself. He's completely unbooked at the moment, so again, extra copies of him will be handy. Counterattack is just a little bit more damage, but it synergizes really well with his A1 because when he counterattacks, he's got a 50% chance of placing a provoke, subject to passing an accuracy check. So if his accuracy is higher than the resistance, he's got a good chance of placing this. It does go up to 70%, which is pretty big, to be fair, for a rare. Particularly with his defense aura, makes him really nice. And then on his A2, he's got an AoE with a 25% chance to freeze, which is pretty nice as well. Again, this does book up to 40%. So this guy is a fantastic dungeon control champion. He's got an incredible aura. He's got an AoE freeze. He's got a counter attack with a provoke, which means that people hit him again, he counterattacks, re-provokes them again. So he's just, as a free to play, he's an absolute dream of a character. Next, we've got Kale, who is our starter champion. We have invested heavily in Kale and taken him to 50. Obviously, the plan will be to maybe 60 him or maybe 60 Rhonda. I'll probably go for Rhonda first. He does have poison, which is a big advantage for the dragon, big advantage for the waves, because the poison does a lot of damage. If you've picked any of the other starting champs, you probably will still be fine. The poison's probably not making all the difference in the world, but it does help. He's got an AoE nuke. All the starter champs have this. Fills turn meter when he kills, which is great, gets another turn. A1's got poison, A3's got poison. He is fully booked. So in terms of booking him, what you want to do is you want to basically be doing all these missions to collect the rewards. Some of them are skill books, but mostly it's these challenges here. So there's boring ones like go through, win attack percent, gloves from this stage, chest from this stage. Dead boring, but it does give you skill books, which is really nice. And I think maybe you get one for the arena challenges. With that, you get enough books to fully book him out. Which obviously just helps because it means more damage, more poison chance, more damage, more poison chance, and one off his cooldown on this one here. And obviously the 4 attacks at random all land on the dragon. Artifact was the correct build for any damage dealer early in the game, in my opinion, is 4-piece lifesteal with 2-piece speed. So as we say, 30% of the damage dealt goes back to him in life. Speed boots are going to be the best. Attack percent chest is going to make him do more damage, but an HP percent chest would make him stay alive better, so either of those two is fine. I mean, this is a great, for a 4-star piece, this is fantastic. It's got a triple roll in HP. We've got crit rate gloves on him just to make sure he does a bit more damage. Attack percent would also be more damage. Crit damage would be good, again, to boost up those damage numbers, or HP or defense percent to keep him alive. Any of those would be fine. 2-piece speed. We talked about this in the opening video. You win the 5-star speed gear by getting 1,000 points in the novice tournament. So roll these pieces up to 12. 5-star speed gear is great. And then we've just got a crap helm at the moment. It does have accuracy on, which is helpful, I guess. But at the moment, that's going to be a piece to replace, definitely. But that's how he should look. Now, the next free-to-play champ we've got here is Shield Guard. You can farm this guy also from the campaign. Which is stage 9, the Dreadlands. Really good stage to farm because you can also get War Maiden, who we don't have at the moment, who would offer defense down, which would help you do more damage. So she would be a good person to get, build, and put in your team. But we also get Shield Guard here, and both of them are great free-to-play champs. What Shield Guard does, his kit's quite unique. I've got some extra copies of him and fed him his skill books. He's got an A2 that attacks all enemies, so great for waves because he hits everybody. Fills his turn meter by 20% for each crit. So if he crits 5 times, he refills his turn meter. And his damage is based on defense, so you can build him with high defense, makes him tanky, makes him do more damage. Obviously, you want to get this up to a 2-turn cooldown. His A1 has got this small version of decreased speed for 2 turns. You can't place that on the dragon. You can place it on the waves. Again, you can book him out for up to a 50% chance of that. And again, does a bit more damage. Lovely passive here. Removes 1 debuff from him each turn. So the dragon will poison you. It'll weaken you. He'll just shrug one of those off and take his turn. Again, he is not built. Crit rate is obviously very important for his kit to try and boost his turn meter. So we're looking for a crit rate set to give 12% crit rate for the 2 pieces. Looking for any pieces with crit rate substats. And importantly, we want crit rate gloves. And I've rolled these up to 12 just because they had defense percent and speed. I don't really want to be doing this for 3-star gear, but it is a little bit what it is. Long term wise, you probably want him in a cooldown set, which is the reflex set, so 40% chance to reduce random skill cooldown. That means that he can slap with this ability, crit a load of times, fill his turn meter, and this ability's back again, slaps with it again, fills his turn meter again, kind of like that. So he cycles his abilities, not mandatory. He'll work really well if you put him in a 2-piece crit, 4-piece lifesteal would be really good, because every time he hits, he's recovering health. So that would be fine too. Either of those is fine. Next free champ we've got is War Priest. You want to ascend her. You need to ascend Shield Guard to unlock his passive. You need to ascend Kale to get the extra, turn meter fill or crit chance of one of those. And you want to ascend your Graybeard to unlock the aura. You also want to be ascending War Priest, because she will do a 20% target HP heal and then heal everybody else for 10% of that target's HP. So sometimes this cannot be great, because she might heal somebody with miserable HP and then everyone else is just getting a teeny heal, but it does help. She will also give an increased attack buff for your entire team, so that's good for Kale to do more damage. Doesn't work for Shield Guard, but will work for Kale or your other starter champ. And she also has a slight chance to freeze on her A1 if she gets this off on a wave. I don't really like her as a champ. She's not a long-term champ, but for the time being, she will be fine. Again, artifact, she's not really built. We've slapped her in 6 pieces of the HP set just to boost her up her HP, so that basically units don't attack her. Get her HP up quite high, and then she's just free to do her healing as she goes. So that's the 4 that I think you're going to be using. So that might be your starter champ here instead of Kale. But these other 3 you're going to want to use. Then we've got this guy out of Green Shard. He is a support Skinwalker. I think I'm going to keep him because from memory on my main account, Skinwalkers are miserable at healing. And he has got an AoE attack that then puts a 15% continuous heal on all allies for 2 turns. He's also got a single target 25% max HP and also revive on death for 2 turns, which is fairly useful, I guess. And then he's got a random turn meter boost to a target ally when he hits with his A1, as well as speed, aura, and all battles. Now, you're not going to have this guy. Again, he's not built at all. We've just put this HP shield set on. Again, similar idea. The healers were just looking to boost their HP up so they don't get attacked, so that they don't die, so that they're free to heal up the damage dealers. Now, if you don't have this guy, which obviously 99% of people won't, you're going to have to replace him. Some good choices are actually Armiger. So again, this is a free champ who you can get from Green Shards, you can get from the markets. You unfortunately can't get him from the campaign, but his kit is handy. So his A1 will decrease turn meter if he crits. So again, he's a difficult champion to build early because you're looking for high crit rate to get the use out of the A1. That will be for use in other places you can't deplete the dragon's turn meter. So if you just want to use him for dragon, you don't need to worry about the crit, albeit crit is more damage. And then his second one is he will basically do a big slap, and it is based on enemy max HP, so he does a lot of damage. The higher HP the enemy has, the more it multiplies through his defense and his damage multiplier, and it gives you a nice big slap. So he'll do a lot of damage to the dragon. So if you haven't got Kale and you're not doing enough damage, you can build yourself out on Armiger, and he'll come in with his A2 and hit really hard with it. If you get enough copies of him, you can buck this down to a 2-turn cooldown, which is great. And obviously you get a bit more damage on his A1, so he's another really good champ. Another useful champ for stage 7 I've only just picked up this morning is Spirit Host. She's worth ascending because her A2, once you ascend it, will put a 50% increased attack on. So your attack champion here, Kale, will get a bigger boost from that. She has got a rubbish A1, which she self-heals, but she doesn't really do any damage. And she has block buffs on a 6-turn cooldown. That will block all the poison, it'll block all the weaken, it'll block the stun if you get hit with that. Very unlikely it's going to time correctly, but it might every so often. She's somebody you could use. Another champ that you can get from the campaign, who we talked about a little bit yesterday from the Valdemar Strait, is Templar. He would help with the waves because he's got a 4-hit at random provoke, block damage on himself, also has 30% decreased speed on his A1 for 2 turns, which is lovely, and he will counter attack whenever he gets debuffed. So again, when the dragon debuffs, he'll just get an extra hit out. If he gets debuffed during the waves, as long as he's not frozen, stunned, incapable of attacking, he'll come back, hit with the A1 and decrease some speed. So again, he's a good character. So basically, to beat the dragon, what you need is starter champ approaching 50, 3-star ascended, and then if you get yourself a Graybeard, stick them at the front with the defense aura, get yourself a little bit of healing, get yourself somebody who can handle the waves and help you out with those, and you should be good to go. And maybe rely on Armiger for a bit more damage. And then you just need to grind the dragon for a little bit. Get some more pieces like this, where we've got speed with speed substats, and we want to find our first 5-star pieces of gear because it's just really, really handy. So yeah, not too bad. Level 29, day 3. I think that's decent progress, and we can now farm up the dragon, and that means that we can start gearing these champs out properly in lifesteal and speed. Maybe we pick up some nice pieces on the way. We haven't used Talia in this. Not everybody will have entered the promo code to get it, so I thought I would leave her out. But yeah, that's it. That's how to smash stage 7. Good luck getting your 5-star speed boots rolling up. But it's just important, I think, because you get a lot of these quests here in the progress missions. Roll artifacts up to level 12. You really only want to be rolling up good artifacts to level 12. And the more times you can beat the dragon on stage 7, well, the better artifacts you're going to have. Obviously, we want to keep progressing, so we'll try stage 8 fairly soon, stage 9, and then when we can get up to stage 10 and 11, that's just going to be so much the better, because we're only then getting 4 and 5-star gear. And this is how the game is. It's you need to get a foothold in a certain area and then look to press on. I've been the Filthy Casual. Thank you for watching the video. Do consider subscribing if you are enjoying Raid or a new player, and I'll be back with some more videos real soon. Take it easy. Peace.